Hi everyone, it's your girl Lady Vintage Bags here, your resident Aussie for all things pre-loved, vintage and affordable handbags, and today I'm going to show you 10 vintage alternatives for Louis Vuitton's hottest bags. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 staple hot bags and 5 new release hot bags, and for each bag I'm going to show you the vintage alternative. I'm going to compare the prices, we're going to look at the two bags side by side, and I'm going to show you the current prices and the condition of these bags being sold on the pre-loved market. So enough talking and let's get into it. So bag number 1 is the Dauphine MM. So this bag has been so popular since its release in 2019, and this is the remake of the vintage Dauphine from the 1970s or the 1980s. So the Dauphine currently comes in canvas or leather, and it comes in an MM or mini size, but I'm going to be showing you the MM size in monogram. So introducing the vintage Dauphine. So let's compare the prices. It's $3,800 versus $1,200. All today's prices are going to be in US dollars. So that's a saving of over 65% off, or over $1,600. So here are the current prices of this vintage bag on eBay. So as you can see, $1,200 is actually the top end of the range, and there are some for under $900 US dollars. The prices of these have risen a lot since the release of the modern Dauphine. Back in the day, you could get these for under $300. The vintage ones were only produced in monogram canvas. So let's compare the two. So I have the dimensions for you, but just to summarize, they're about the same length. The vintage one is a bit taller and the shoulder strap is a bit shorter. So for the modern one, it comes with 2 detachable straps. One is an adjustable crossbody strap and one is a gold chain. Whereas on the vintage one, the strap is not detachable, but it is adjustable. The modern one has a magnetic clasp versus a non-magnetic clasp on the vintage one. So let's compare the way they look. They look nearly the same from the front. The back and even the interior construction is the same. Both have treated leather, so they're all weather bags. No need to be scared of water. Both of them do not have any outer pockets, and they both come with an accordion style interior with a front and back main pocket and a zippered compartment in the middle. The vintage, however, is mostly leather lined, whereas the modern is fabric lined. Let's take a look at some mod shots. Now both of these ladies look great with their bags. I really like the Dauphine gold LV logo with the rectangle. It looks so glamorous. So this is the condition of a typical bag listed on the pre-loved market, but it's basically the original version of the bag for over 65% off, or a savings of over $1,600. So take that money and save it for a vacation. So tell me what you think so far. Is the vintage one winning? Do you agree? Comment down below. So bag number 2 is the On The Go GM. This is another fan favorite since it was released in 2019, and it comes in either canvas print or leather, and it comes in a GM, MM and PM size, but today we're going to be talking about the monogram in the GM size. So introducing the Sac Weekend, and this is mine from 1989, and this is my alternative to the On The Go GM. So these are going for under $500. So that's $3,250 versus $500. That's over a 90% savings, or over a $2,750 saving. This bag also does come in a GM size, but today I'll only be talking about the PM size. So this bag was produced in monogram canvas, but you can also find some rare ones in epi leather floating around. So as you can see, they both have a very similar vibe. They're both kind of big. They both got top handles, and you can carry the kitchen sink with them. Neither of them have Pochette leather, so they're great as all-weather bags. No need to be scared of water. The On The Go has a set of top handles and shoulder straps, whereas the Sac Weekend only has top handles, or this is a short shoulder strap. So let's compare the dimensions of the two. So they appear to have the same length. The Sac Weekend is a bit shorter and it has a longer handle and it's not as wide. The Sac Weekend has feet on the bottom and a zipper top. I love these factors. And this is a point of contention for many of the On The Go owners because there's no feet and there's no real closure, so your things can fall out. The On The Go does come with a separate set of shoulder straps which are tucked in, whereas the Sac Weekend doesn't. But the Sac Weekend, you can actually wear it on the shoulder, or you can do what I do and hack the bag by adding straps to the rings, and then you can wear it as a shoulder bag or even crossbody. Now, if you want to see a more in-depth comparison between these two bags, I'll actually link my comparison video up above and in the description box down below. So this is the typical condition of the bag you'll find on eBay. And most of them are priced for under $500. Okay, so bag number 3 is the Pochette Metis. So since its release in 2012, this bag has been a staple of the Louis Vuitton fashion house. Comes in canvas and empreinte leather in the normal and now the newly released micro size. Today we're going to look at the black empreinte leather in the normal size. So introducing the Louis Vuitton Monceau, and mine's from 1994. And actually I love this bag so much. I have 2 of them, one in monogram as well. So the Pochette Metis is about $2,840, and you can find these for under $1,000 on eBay. So that's a saving of over 65% or $1,500. So here are the current prices of this bag on eBay. So as you can see, you can get quite decent ones for even under $800. The price of these have risen a lot since the release of the Pochette Metis. Previously, you could get them for under $500. So let's compare the two side by side. So here are the dimensions. So the Monceau is a bit longer and taller, but they're about the same width. The top handle is a bit taller on the Monceau, so if you have a small wrist, you can slip your hand through, whereas that's impossible with the Pochette Metis. The strap also appears to be a bit longer with the Monceau, and they both have the same S-lock clasp, but the one on the Monceau is more functional because it can be used with a key and the clasp is bigger. So the theory is that the Monceau was the original inspiration behind the design of the Pochette Metis. Both bags look very similar from the front. Both have a top handle and a detachable and adjustable crossbody strap. The Pochette Metis is made from a softer embossed empreinte leather versus the stiff leather of the Monceau. So here are the side views and the back views. And the Metis has a back pocket, whereas the Monceau does not. The Monceau is unique because it looks like a mini briefcase, and I love it so much. That's why I bought 2 of them. Now, if you want to see a more in-depth comparison between these two bags, I'll link my comparison video up above and in the description box down below. So this is the condition of a typical bag you'll find on the secondhand market. Some say that's the original Metis, and for 65% off, that's a great deal. You can bank the rest of the money. So bag number 4 is the Alma BB. So the Alma BB has been a staple design of the fashion house since its release in 2010. And a lot of people consider this a really good entry-level bag because it's priced better compared to the other bags. Now introducing the Ribera Mini. So the price is $1,760 versus $1,000. So that's over 40% savings, or savings of over $760. So here are the current prices of this bag on eBay. So it was produced in Damier Ebene, but you can find some special order rare monogram ones being sold on the secondhand market. You can see these are on the pricier side for vintage LV bags, and I blame the mini bag trend for this. I think once the mini bags go out of style, the price will come back down on these. So both have a pair of top handles and a detachable crossbody strap, although most Riberas these days are being sold on the secondhand market without a strap. So let's compare the two. So I've got the dimensions here for you, but to summarize, they're about the same length. The Ribera is a bit shorter with longer top handles, and it's a bit wider. So both look very similar from the front. The Alma does have a leather bottom with feet, which is nice. And both have a double zippered design with red interiors and just a main compartment. Let's take a look at some mod shots. So both look great crossbody. The Ribera is a bit wider, so it does stick out a bit from the body, but they still look great. And they both work really well as handheld. They look really cute. The Ribera might even be a bit more comfortable because that handle is a bit longer. So this is the typical condition you'll find on a listing on a secondhand market for under $1,000. This is a really good one to consider if you're looking for a Damier Ebene entry-level bag. So guys, do you agree? Is this a good alternative to the Alma BB? Would you consider this as your entry-level bag? Comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts. Okay, so bag number 5. This is the new Poche Toilette new model. So everyone loved the Toiletry 26, but then LV went and discontinued it and then replaced it with either this or the Toiletry pouch chain set. But today I'm going to focus on this Poche Toilette new model. So introducing the vintage Pochette Homme, and mine is from 1998. So the price is $1,080 versus $300. So that's a savings of over 70%. Or over $700 off. So here are the current prices of this bag on eBay. The Poche Toilette is made from canvas with leather versus the Pochette Home, which was made in canvas or epi-leather versions. So you can see 300 is on the upper end of the price range. There's lots going for under 200. So let's compare the dimensions of the two, but to summarize, the Pochette Home is a bit shorter and longer, and they're about the same width and appearance. The Pochette Home has a front slip pocket, whereas the Poche Toilette does not. So here's the side view, it's the bottom view, and the top view. So let's take a look at some mod shots. So you can wear it as a clutch, or you can wear it as a crossbody. And the way I do that is I actually bought a Toiletry 26 bag organizer with grommets, but it didn't quite fit the Pochette Home. So I had to hack it and make it shorter. And then I just added these hooks. These are actually picture frame hanging hooks, and I just sewed those on. And then you just put it inside your Pochette Home. Pull one hook out this way. Leave the other hook that way. Close the zipper. And now you have somewhere to attach one lobster claw and somewhere to attach the second lobster claw. And there you are. Now, if you want to see more of my handbag strap hacks, I'll link my tips and tricks videos up above and in the description box down below. So this is a typical condition of the bag you'll find on the secondhand market. And for under $300, you can own a piece of LV history. So that's a pretty good deal, and you can bank that spare $700. Okay, so that's the end of our classic hot bags. Now we're going into our new releases. So bag number 6 is a new release, Maxi Multi Pochette. This one is so new, it's not even coming to Australia yet. So this is a canvas bag, and it comes in the colors beige or fuchsia. Now introducing the Juliet. The price is $2,350 versus $1,300. That's over 55% off, or a savings of over $1,000. So here are the current prices of this bag on eBay. The bag was mostly produced in the mini lin fabric in various colors, but there's also some produced in vernis. And actually, I don't remember this bag selling for this much before in the secondhand market, so maybe the price went up since the release of the Maxi Multi Pochette. So let's compare the two. Here are the dimensions, but to summarize, the Juliet is a bit shorter in length and height, and the crossbody strap is a smidge longer. Both bags have vachetta, and you can get the versions without vachetta. Here's the side view. They look very similar. This is the interior is the same. It has a main compartment with a slip pocket, and the Maxi Multi Pochette comes with 2 straps that are detachable versus the Juliet, which only comes with an attached crossbody strap, but that is adjustable. Let's take a look at some mod shots. So actually the Juliet looks cuter in my opinion when worn crossbody. I just like the way it sits on the body better. What do you think? So this is a typical condition of what you'll find in the secondhand market. And if you like the look of the Maxi Multi Pochette, but you just don't have the budget to spend over $2,000 on a bag, this is a great alternative to get the look for less. So comment down below, which one would you choose? Okay, so bag number 7. This is the Ellipse BB. This is a new release from this year. This is actually a remake from the 1997 Ellipse PM bag. So introducing the Ellipse PM. The price is $2,980 versus under $800. So that's over 70% savings, or savings of over $2,000. So here are the current prices of this bag on eBay. So the bag was produced mostly in monogram canvas. However, you can find some rare special order Damier Bear ones being sold. So most likely the release of the Ellipse BB caused the price of the Ellipse PM to go up on the secondhand market. So let's compare the two. So here are the dimensions, but to summarize, the BB and the PM are 2 different sizes. The PM is larger overall. The BB has a front zippered pocket, whereas the PM does not. Both have double zips for the main compartment, and the BB has treated leather versus the vachetta on the PM size. Both come with a detachable crossbody strap. However, most Ellipse PMs are being sold without a strap on the pre-loved market. This is the side view. They look basically the same. Now, I couldn't find any mod shots of the Ellipse BB, but I did find some of the PM, and it looks great both on the crook of the arm and cross body. So this is the typical condition of what you'll find on the secondhand market for under $800. And for that, you can own an original LV piece and bank the rest of your money and put it towards your mortgage. So what do you guys think, the Ellipse BB or the Ellipse PM? Tell me your comments down below. Okay, so bag number 8 is the new release Boetie PM. Now, actually, back in 2009, LV released another bag, also called the Boetie PM, which I have right here. It looks similar, but the bag I'm going to show you is going to be a better alternative to the current Boetie PM. So introducing the Tivoli PM. So this bag was released in 2008, so not quite vintage yet, but it's nearly there. The price is $2,100 versus $800, so that's over 60% off, or a savings of over $1,300. So here are the current prices on eBay. So this bag was mostly produced in monogram canvas and was released in the PM and GM size, but we're just going to be looking at the PM size. So let's compare the two. So here are the dimensions, but to summarize, both bags are monogram canvas with vachetta with a center pleat at the front. The Tivoli is a bit bigger all round, and the Boetie does come with this beautiful lock on the front of the bag for decoration. The Boetie does come with a shoulder strap and top handles versus the Tivoli, which only has top handles. But you can just easily attach a strap, that's no big deal. The Tivoli has a fold on the side and a beautiful medallion zipper pull. And it also has the same pleat in the front and the back versus the Boetie, which has a plain back with no folds. The interior construction is very similar with both. They both have a large main compartment with a slip pocket, but they do have different color interiors. Let's take a look at some mod shots. Both bags look beautiful in the mod shots, and you can just attach a crossbody strap to the rings on the Tivoli, so it will easily just turn into a crossbody or a long shoulder bag. Both bags are very elegant. So this is the typical condition you'll find of this bag on the secondhand market, and for under $800, you can have a beautiful LV bag and save the rest of the $1,300 for life expenses. Okay, so bag number 9. This is the Diane bag, and this is actually a revival of the 1990s Salone bag. So introducing the Salone bag. The price is $2,370 versus under $1,000. So that's a savings of over 55% off, or $1,300. So here are the current prices of this bag on eBay. This bag was mostly produced in monogram canvas, but there are some limited edition multicolor Blanc and Noir bags being sold too. Now the price seems to have risen since the release of the Diane. So let's compare the two. Here are the dimensions, but to summarize, both bags are monogram canvas with vachetta and a buckle at the front. The Diane has a magnetic buckle, whereas the Salone has a real buckle. The Diane has 2 detachable but not adjustable straps versus the Salone, which does not have a detachable strap, but the crossbody strap does come with a shoulder pad. The Salone is a bit bigger overall. Now the side profiles of the two look very similar. They both have a back slip pocket, and the internal construction is very similar. Fabric lining, you get a zippered compartment. The Diane does seem to have 2 compartments, whereas the Salone just has 1 big main compartment. Now let's take a look at some mod shots. Now both bags look great on the mod shots, but I think the Salone looks better crossbody. The Diane is a bit awkward with that strap length. So this is the typical condition of the types of bags you're finding on the secondhand market. And for under $1,000, you can have the original bag and bank the rest. Okay, so lucky last but not least, this is the Odeon PM, the modern version. Now this was released in 2020 and it's been a favorite since. This is a remake of the original Odeon, which was released in the 1980s. Now the modern version you can get either in the monogram canvas or damier ebene, and the monogram you can either get with vachetta or the black leather, versus the original, which is just vachetta. So introducing the original Odeon PM, the vintage version. So the price is $2,100 versus under $1,000. That's a savings of 50% off, or over $1,000. So here are the current prices of this bag on eBay. Now the price has gone up since the release of the modern versions. So let's compare the two. Here are the dimensions. But overall, to summarize, both bags, monogram canvas, some vachetta. Both have a front slip pocket, but the modern one has this beautiful luggage tag for decoration and it's got these rings for attaching the strap on the side. The vintage version has these vachetta parts on the top corners versus the modern one, which has them on the bottom corners. The vintage one has a single zip design versus the modern one, which has a double zip design. Now the vintage one overall is a bit taller and longer, but also slimmer with a longer crossbody strap. The modern one does come with a detachable strap that is adjustable versus the vintage, which is non-detachable, but it is also adjustable. The side profiles look quite similar and the interior design looks similar. Get fabric lining, one main compartment with some slip compartments. But it looks like it's easier to get in and out of the vintage one because it has a bigger mouth opening. This is what they look like from the back. So let's take a look at some mod shots. So I like the way the vintage one sits against the body. I think it just has a nicer profile. So this is the type of condition you'll find on the secondhand market. And for under $1,000, again, you can own the original bag and save that extra $1,000 for whatever you need it for. So tell me, what do you think of my choices? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Would you vote for the new release or would you vote for the vintage? Or do you actually have better alternatives to suggest? I want to hear your thoughts. Comment them down below. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And I'll see you next time. Bye.